Hi, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this is a quick, I hear the word impromptu, but I just wanted to tap in. It's been a couple of days. I did want to start a new series, but the timing of starting doesn't make sense because we're starting the November readings early. And so we're days away from starting that. And then at the beginning of November, we have another moon. So we'll get into the series that I want to start in November. But this is a whatever comes out. We are not going to do a collective reading. We will start with Gemini first, then Libra, and then Aquarius. It'll all be individual, okay? The only thing that will be collective is the prayer and the cleansing, all right? But today is, what's today? Woo. Happy Wednesday, happy Mercury Day. We're in the last hours, 111. We're in the last hours of Libra season. The sun shifts into Scorpio tonight. So we're starting with air signs due to that on this Mercury Day, and it's Mercury Day, air energy. Let's pray. God, divine source, Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for assisting me in guiding Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius placements on whatever comes out. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on the energy that comes out. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided, divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Gratitude. Ashe. I'll leave it burning. Okay. Let's get started. Gemini. 214 is your timestamp. So, that's Valentine's Day. Matters of the heart. But if you do your research on the history of that, it surrounds a massacre. But let's see what's coming out for you, Gemini, at this time. Gemini placements. Feels like we are, as of today, I believe, in the energy of Mercury, the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, but it feels like you're reflecting on something heavy at this time. Hi, y'all. We just got started. All right, so Gemini, your first card is Well Song Resonating. You could also feel stuck inside of a metaphoric bubble that you're wanting to break free of. Feels like being exhausted or irritated to a sense of, the mundane, the predictability, the day-to-day, the everyday. Every time that falls, it scares me. I noticed how my head turned when that fell too. I don't know, that was weird. All right. Yeah, but it feels like you may feel boxed in. You may feel like something's consuming your energy. You could feel a difficulty as far as breaking free of a certain cycle. But heavy energy on this is connected to your heart. This is connected to your emotions. All right, Gemini. So, Well Song Resonating is the first card. You could be seeing sevens a lot at this time. You have Covenant, Sacred Contracts. June 1st is Gemini, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Anywho. Yeah, deep diving into a task in reverse. Feels very constricted. Dances on one foot, balancing act. Anything else? Well, damn. Anything else for Gemini? I'll take that. All right, on the bottom you have the universe is your partner. Some of you don't feel that way though. Okay. So So I feel like for some of you, conflict resolution is being tested at this time. Breaking free from your perceived barriers, heavy energy on perceived barriers are being highlighted at this time. Um, you know, well, I can't say because different generations watch me. But write the vision, make it plain. I feel like that's a reflection of this covenant, sacred contract. If you haven't been scripting, get into scripting, writing, journaling. Um, you are air energy. You're the only element being done on this Mercury day, air energy. So the energy is very heightened. It's very, very potent. And with this 7 energy, it's connected to the crown chakra as well. It's also connected to lessons. And I feel like these lessons somehow connect to that. I don't know, it's something that you keep thinking about of the past, but it's connected with the heart because this well is in the midst of water, the emotions. So with air and the emotions, that would be mind and heart, but this feels bigger than that in a sense, even though that energy within itself is a big deal. Whether it's in alignment or misalignment, either way, it's a big deal. But this, whatever you're experiencing, feels bigger than a mind and heart battle. Like for some of you, you could really be in the energy of fighting for your life, fighting for your existence, fighting for the will to survive, with diving into a task in reverse. And if you are on the more optimistic path of things, it's like you're ready for something new, but you don't know where to start. And it's like, because you don't know where to start, you're not starting anywhere, which is why diving into a task, again, take the portion of the story how it resonates. Now with dances on one foot, balancing act, it's 9 energy, but again, we're in the last hours of Libra season as we speak. We got about a little over 3 hours left. And the root of 9 is 3 as well. So as you see with this dances on one foot, this is, even though this is ballet, it's literally putting one foot in front of the other, taking a step, taking an action. Starting somewhere, even if you don't know, but that's the thing, you want to know and be sure so bad. You know the song, I think it's called Sure Thing, but I feel like when it comes to life, you don't know if it's sure unless you dip your toe and see, okay? And then with this horn cactus resourcefulness, again, this is connected with that 7 energy, and really just, it feels like you're being called to make a way out of no way for yourself. Again, what do you believe to be impossible? Spirit is asking you to believe it to be possible. Going back to that energy of that's what it, thank you, going back to the energy of it feels bigger than the mind and the heart. This is really a battle between your higher self and your lower self. And I feel like that's, these are battles between self we face time to time in life, but this season is just different. It's hitting different. It's hitting harder. It feels like energetically your DNA is exhausted of a certain cycle, a certain routine, and this could be generational, and it's asking for something new. It's asking for a new slate, and this new slate, because after the 7 is the 8. 8 is a new cycle. Yes, it represents, abundance and things, but it's also interconnectedness. It's a cycle, and being able to shift out of one figure 8 energy and manifest your own fucking direction lane in another figure 8 energy, metaphorically speaking. And then followed by horn cactus resourcefulness, you have spirit of the river, movement toward adventure. So I feel like for this energy, you're just being asked to, y'all remember the song push it real good. And I think that was a commercial, like a toilet commercial about shitting at one point in time. But needing to release is the point, okay? That shit that's stuck up in you, okay? That people got to go get colon cleanses for. Maybe you need a damn colon cleanse. I'm not a fucking doctor, okay? But pay attention to the stomach, the gut, okay? Second brain type of energy, which is connected to your crown chakra, that 7 energy. But it feels like there's more so a will within you haven't tapped in. But the reason why you haven't tapped in is because it's like it feels like you're comfortable with a certain depth of darkness. Like you have a barrier, and once you come to that barrier, it's like no more. And Spirit is like, flip this upright and go deeper. And you're just like, no, you know, it could horrify you. It could scare you. Shit, we're in the season of horror, but this is the prime time to truly fight those inner demons, okay, and win those battles. And the closer we get to the Day of the Dead, the more powerful the ancestry is. So make it do what it do, you know? And then with clarity and organization, honestly, go back to the basics. And where we started, back to the basics, write the vision, make it plain. I say that all the time. And as long as I have a platform, I will continue to say that. We make it so difficult. And it honestly, you know, complicated by Nivea. It doesn't have to be so complicated. Y'all should listen to that song. Matter of fact, let me post it on the community tab. Let me find it on YouTube real quick. The song is old as hell. Okay, I think it came out when I was a teenager. Hold on. Now, when I post certain songs that could be about love, I'm not that type of individual that it's always about another person. Sometimes it's about the relationship with yourself. Sometimes it's about your relationship with the divine. So take the lyrics for you, how it resonates. But if you immediately go towards another individual, this has nothing to do with codependency whatsoever. This has everything to do with sovereignty and autonomy and pushing past your own limits. Heavy Port of Miami, Rick Ross energy. Okay, what was I looking up? Nivea complicated. Hold on. Baby, the phone be listening. As soon as I started typing, Nivea complicated came up. God bless us all. All right, I'll share the one with the lyrics. Share, create post, air signs. Hold on. You know, I gotta add my razzle bedazzle. Okay. All right, it's on the community tab when you get a chance. But yeah, okay, let's get to the tarot. Hi, all the way live TV. I was, as soon as I say all the way in my mind, we all the way turned up is where I went. Hi, Zeno. Hi, Jack. Hi, Mariah. Don't be petty at this time. Don't be pretty and petty, Cardi B style. Don't be petty, Nicki Minaj style. Just don't be petty. Okay, that's all I have to say. All right, we're gonna clarify all of this, and then I'm gonna move on to Libra. Well, song resonating for Gemini. Thank you. Covenant. This is, thank you. A tidy house. Did you have to do all that? Hold on. Okay. What else? Dive into a task in reverse. Thank you. Dances on one foot for Gemini. Horn cactus for Gemini. Got some majors out here. And movement toward adventure for Gemini. So clarifying these oracles, Gemini, you have, just on the board, we have 1, 2, 3, 5 majors. So there is a shift happening, coming, whichever level you're in. Okay, on the bottom you have the Queen of Swords. I love it. And then underneath her you have the Empress. Then underneath that you have the Ace of Wands. A lot of feminine energy. And then you have the Emperor in reverse. So on another note, some of you really don't know how to receive. You don't know how to sit down and receive Empress energy. Okay, so before we get into the clarifiers, there were 2 cards left on the desk. That's a separate energy. And you have the World in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. So going back to the energy of, remembering a time. This could be, when you were up, when you didn't have a worry, when life was more luxurious versus, I don't know, you're viewing something as insufferable. Insufferable. Just want to verify the definition. Yes, insufferable. Okay. Very, very insufferable. You could feel like, it's very interesting because when the earth that we live on, okay, especially if you live in the United States of America, if you're a millennial, you've been through so many transitions and transformations. Fucking, even if you're any other generation, there's just been so much change. And if you haven't had massive change, if you reflect on history, the fucking Great Depression, the fucking crack epidemic, I don't know, but somehow, some way, baby, the strong prevailed, okay? And at this time and what's happening, the strong will survive. Like, that's without a doubt, without a question. And I feel like a lot of you, you've already passed the test of survival so many times. And it's like, Spirit is saying swim, and you're like, well, but how long can I hold my breath underwater? And it's like, bitch, if you don't fucking swim and breathe and move forward, okay, get some oxygen flowing through the body. But it's like you're holding your breath in regards to something, which is why the world is in reverse. And just release. This Queen of Pentacles is a reflection of Empress energy, just sitting and receiving. You don't know how to end the cycle of, for some of you, it's physical slavery, mental slavery, fucking people-pleasing slave. I don't know, but it just feels connected to an energy of insufferable. And slavery is fucking insufferable, okay? So if you're in this cycle, that lets me know that you're unable to see yourself in the eyes of the divine. It's like you don't know. Yeah, I'll say it that way. You don't know what your soul is made of. And this is a test of time to see yourself as God sees you, and to see your soul as in what it was incarnated to withstand and to do and to receive. There's a lot of output and not enough input, okay? And the financial shift isn't going to happen until your mind shifts, okay? There's a cycle that you have to work diligently, daily, every single day that you have breath to shift. The world is full of fixed energy. Libra, I'm sorry, not Libra, we're in Libra season, sorry. But Leo is what I meant. Taurus, Scorpio, and fucking Aquarius, all fixed signs. The world upright is the end of a fixed cycle, but you have it in reverse. And for a lot of you, this is connected to the energy of abundance. And abundance in more than just money. Financial stability, fucking housing stability, just stability overall. And stability is connected to your safety, and you feel extremely unsafe. So it's like, honestly, Gemini, pressure is going to be applied until you recognize, respectfully. Okay? Okay, moving on. So clarifying, resonating. Well, song resonating, you have the King of Cups. It's giving fluidity, emotional fluidity. Like being okay to be upset and being okay to be happy. It's like a lot of you, you're not choosing the emotion that you want to embrace. You're allowing the emotion of the day to choose you. And with the 7 energy, it's like the energy of the 7 dwarfs, okay? Most of the names are sad as fuck. It's not the energy that you want, you know? And so the energy is choosing you versus you choosing it. I feel like this conversation is about power versus submission, okay? Anywho, clarifying covenant, sacred contract is strength, Leo energy. And in this strength, there's a lamb. The lamb is the sacrifice. But some of you are not willing to make certain sacrifices in order to get to the other side, which would be that Emperor, Empress, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles energy. What is it that they don't want to sacrifice? Because it's like you're telling the divine anything but this. And it's like that but is exactly what you need to let go. Temperance, another major. What was my question? What are you being asked to sacrifice? Honestly, I feel like your limited belief system. You do have the Hanged Man here too. Clarifying spirit of the river, movement toward adventure. So the limited belief system, again, going back to believing the impossible to be possible even for you. And that's the thing, like you believe it to be possible for others, but not for you. And that's the root of the issue. With the tidy house, clarity and organization, something needs to be removed. In 7 of Wands, you're like, no. I don't know. It keeps coming up, but it's not being direct. Outside of your limited limited belief system. But that is very spiritual. For you, it's financial obsession, heavy energy on obsession. For some of you, it's injustices. For people, just collectively in general, for people that have a hard time focusing on themselves but love to focus on others, they're about to have a very hard time. It's like their spirit is showing me like fingers being pried, like wanting to hold on to some, like, and that's not the first time that energy has come up. I feel like it came up in one of the other element readings we did for the most recent one. I don't know which one though. But you have justice in reverse with diving into a task in reverse. It's kind of like you, I don't know. Is this monkey see, monkey do? Because I don't like that energy. You have 6-9 here. 6 of Pentacles, balancing act. Resourcefulness is being clarified by the Chariot. Another 7. 7 of Wands, heavy 7 energy. But it does feel like your mind is stuck in a cycle. And this 6 of Pentacles, it's like as above, so below. What you think is what you receive. So if you think limited, you receive limited. If you think limitless, you receive limitless. But in order to receive limitless, you have to take action in order to tap in. It's like some of you feel like, the right number in your bank account will allow you to be limitless, or you know, reading so many fucking books will allow you to be mentally limitless. I don't know. I don't know. But that's not the way to get where you want to be. Whatever you're doing, I don't know, something is not, it's not working with you. It's definitely working against you. But you have the power to shapeshift that energy to work for you based on your output. But it's like you're not even hearing yourself or feeling yourself or listening to yourself in order to truly recognize what needs to be changed. You're more so in defense mode. And that defense mode is creating negative karma and is creating stagnation with this diving into a task in reverse. So if you want to get things back into balance, there's something you need to do in the physical to take action towards, to get things back into, I just hear all around divine alignments, which would be the justice upright, all around divine alignment, but it's in reverse right now. And also, since justice is 11 and we have what, 8 more days, 8 strength until we get to November, you could shift this energy now. You could shift this energy before I do your November 2025 reading. The choice is yours. It really is. Okay? But it's up to you. Page of Wands. All right, let's get your advice and moving on to Libra. And then I will see you next week for November. Damn. Didn't mean to do that. There's also the King of Cups fell. There's something emotionally you need to just drop. Just let it go. You don't need no fucking explanation to do so. Just do it. All right. So what's the advice for Gemini? Hi, Tyra. We here. I got you. DJ, turn me up, crank it to the max. That song all the way turned up. So on the bottom you have the ripple effect, part of something bigger. The details are taken care of. Yeah, you just need to take action. All right, so you have thank you in reverse. Damn, my funny bone. It's not so funny to spirit. Interesting. So before I read these words, let me tell you, every time you complain, God gets angry. I had to make sure I made eye contact when I said that, okay? Every time you complain, the divine gets upset. And it's not like, you know, how you be holding grudges and shit, okay? Because you be not forgetting it and taking it to a whole nother level, Gemini, at times, okay? But it's like instead of acknowledging that it's all for a higher purpose, it don't even, because I was about to say greater good, but depending on the situation, it's better to utilize a higher purpose, okay? Whether you're unable to see that or not. But with thank you in reverse, you have gratitude in reverse, appreciating what's sustaining you in reverse. So you are very unhappy with what you have in the present. I keep hearing God's grace, but that's a Trinity 5-7 song. Again, that's 7 again. And you started with 5 majors, so change. But it's interesting because a lot of you have more than enough in the present and you think you have nothing, okay? But you really don't know the definition of nothing. And so, not to say that, what I'm saying is be mindful of your tongue, okay? You know, it's one thing for the thoughts to come, especially if you've been in an unhealthy mental cycle for some time. Mental health is everything. So God gives grace with that, okay? But you have the power and the fortitude to shape shift that, okay? You do. No matter what excuse you try to give me, you do. And if you know me, or if you tap in long enough to get to know me, any excuse you have, I will combat that for you. Because no. Especially if you have internet access, if you have a fucking phone. Okay, I don't give a fuck if you connected to free Wi-Fi. That's a blessing. Dead ass. Okay? Okay. So shift this energy, and maybe with that scripting, write the vision, make it plain. Maybe you just need to start by, instead of asking, start by a list of thank yous. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, God. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Creator. However you define the Holy Spirit, okay? The universe, the angels, and the ancestors too. They need some fucking appreciation, okay? And for a lot of y'all, when it comes to ancestor veneration, okay, y'all be thinking, yes, you know, make them a plate, okay? But sometimes they just want fucking acknowledgement, okay? And if you watched American Gods, when I say acknowledgement, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, tap in and you'll understand. All right, anything else for Gemini? I just want something upright to come out. I have hope. Nervous? We got something upright. Okay, thank you. Asking you shall receive, but give thanks first, okay? So you have ride the waves. Thank you. Life lessons and growth. Gemini, you will get through this. Just got to make it. You got to make it, okay? Maybe you be talking about you doing it for the kids. What about yourself? Y'all be everything but you first. Okay, shift that. I love you. Libra. 3202. DC could be significant, that 202. But anywho, poetry could be a thing. We prayed at the beginning collectively, but God, thank you for guiding me for Libra placements. Gratitude. What thought? I said a lot. What you talking about? Ooh, Libra, closing door completion. Libra placements. What would you like? What are we talking about for Libra? Libra, I hope you enjoyed your birthday season. It's 909. 202, 909. You could be seeing doubles. It's a lot of mirroring happening. A lot of reflection energy. That mirroring reflection energy could also represent the energy of foretelling future events. It depends. But I feel like that's a thing heavily at this time. You have Metox in reverse. Repairing the mind, body and spirit in reverse. You also have dances on one act. I keep saying it wrong. It's dances on one foot, balancing acts. I be doing my own thing. But the number 9 is really giving the month of September. It was giving it for Gemini too, but I didn't say it. But September, yeah, September is what? Virgo and Libra? Yeah. And we're closing out Libra season as we speak, so interesting. Okay. Something is a domino effect from September collectively. I don't know. You have Sky Bridge, possibility for union. The universe is your partner, split out as well. This feeling. It feels like love. Love in a sense where it makes your stomach hurt. It doesn't have to be bad. But it causes the body to get tense when you should relax. I don't know. All right, Libra. The Divine Matrix Galactic Mushroom. You have crown games, right use of power. Honestly, I don't know. Your ancestors specifically, we're going to do an ancestor reading soon, okay? It's about that time. But whoever's on your spirit team, I'm gonna start with the positive. They are proud, okay? For what I don't know. However, they are side-eyeing you at the same time, okay? Okay. But it's not that bad. It's really not. So don't go to the extreme, Libra. It's really not that bad. Anything else? Okay. So empty well, time to replenish. Yeah. Movement toward adventure. All right. So at this time, Scorpio season, tomorrow's 10/23, 123. Okay, it's a perfect day to start. You could start November 1st, 111 portal, whatever the case may be. You could start it on 10/28. That's the last 10/10 portal because 28, 2 plus 8 is 10. So, you know, make the numbers work for you, okay? I don't limit myself to shit, okay? But make it work for you. But I'm bringing up these numbers because, baby, you need to detox the mind, body, and spirit, which is why they're side-eyeing you. For some of you, it's not each and every single one, okay? The body needs a detox. You've been eating not a lot of life, okay? Not a lot of things that grow on trees, okay? Seedless items, okay? That's not life, okay? That's you playing with yourself, all right? And that, again, that's being contributed to that side-eye energy. You are playing with yourself. You're playing with your health. Health is wealth. We know this, okay? And this repairing the body, mind, spirit is also connected to this empty well, time to replenish. For some of you, it's spiritual detox, you know, your salt baths. You could be very good at cleaning your home, but what about cleaning your spirit, detoxing the mind, cleansing the crown, affirming the crown? You have crown games, right use of power. For a lot of you, you need to, your Libra energy, so with that energy of just the scales and balance, I feel like, you know, if you are, how do I say this? If you're exposed to the outside world at certain points and periods, how do I say this? Hold on, I'm trying to say it so I don't confuse you. Basically, if you're doing things in the outside world that are outside of your normal routine, there's a need to ensure that you cleanse yourself when you come back to your sacred space, which would be your home. Okay, I don't know. You have this energy, you absorb energy very easily, whether you realize this or not. And so because you absorb, you need to detox. Okay. Okay. All right. With the universes, your partner, maybe what you trying to do, what you trying to manifest, what you trying to create. This is that proud energy, your spirit team. It's like, okay, what's up next? What are we gonna do? It just feels like it's time to create. What? I don't know, but I feel like you know. I don't know. But I'm seeing the energy of crochet, but I feel like they're showing me crochet specifically because we're in the energy of fall, and the crochet, the way that the yarn is connected, it's like, you know, a spider's web weaving. It's time to create something. And I'm gonna not lean in too much on that. I'm gonna leave that there. But moving on, possibility for union, Sky Bridge. If there are connections that you want to build with, whether this is career, personal, there are certain rooms that you desire to be in. To put it out there is to receive that back, okay? In due time, truly. And with Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix, there could be a lot happening at this time, you know, experiences out of this world. For instance, I've been flying since I was a child, okay? But this most recent flight that I was on this past weekend, I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I traveled through some dimensions. What dimensions? I don't fucking know. But I feel like I'm just now becoming grounded back into Earth. I really can't explain it. But this galactic mushroom, the experience, like, it's like it's like a euphoric type of natural high. You know how some, like the people that be wearing the sunglasses that don't smoke, and they've been able to get into that meditative mode to tap into. I can't think of what it is specifically, but maybe it's like a natural high. There could be things, it could just be an energy, you could be having good things happening, things could just be simple day to day, but whatever it is, it's like there's this, for some of you it's major, for others of you it's very subtle, but it's just like a breath, like that's what it feels like, or that's what the energy is about to feel like. And since Vedic astrology came up in the comments, when we shift into Scorpio season, tropical astrology, Vedic, we're shifting into Libra season. So this could be the energy that you feel when the sun moves into Scorpio season, astrologically speaking. I don't know. But also this galactic mushroom, it's kind of like you're in this energy of you don't have to do too much to see your impact. Or when going back to the energy of you absorbing energy, you could be very, what would be the opposite of that? Because this dance is on one foot, the way this foot is out, it's like she's putting forth that energy and people are receiving that. I feel like there's a term, I can't think of it, but it's connected to this sky bridge possibility for union. It's like what you put out, people are receiving. So if you feeling some type of way and you put out the energy of you got me fucked up, they feel that. If you are in the energy of praying for them, I don't know, somebody, they may not know where the prayer is coming from, but they can feel the prayer, if that makes sense. But with Crown Game's right use of power, as we move into Scorpio season, I feel like your shadow is about to be exposed. And I feel like that because your opposite, Aries, is ruled by Mars, and so is Scorpio. Okay? And I feel like, where the Scorpio has its stinger, you're going to want to use your scales to call in a wrath, okay? A wrath of, don't ever have me fucked up again. Something. Ooh, I just got chills. Hold on. Let me close this door. Woo. Yeah, but something's going to happen and you're going to get very, very mentally meticulous. Okay, you know how y'all air signs be doing. Baby, I'm a Libra rising with Lilith there. Okay, I know too. Okay, but don't do that. The universe is your partner. All is well. Dances on one foot, balancing act. Maybe you need to dance more, and that's why I keep mixing up the damn fucking shit on the card, the words. Okay, I don't know. Can I have my heat back? But either way, baby, you need to stay out the way, and the only thing you need to be concerned on is creating, repairing, and replenishing, okay? Okay. I feel like there's another card in here, though. Mini mask, the authentic self. I don't want to speak on that yet. I want to clarify it first. Because it could be... Okay, so this is about you. This breaks down to 11. 11 is justice, okay? So before clarifying it, with mini mask, the authentic self, I feel like you're changing. And I feel like throughout this change, you are discovering who you want to be. Like, It's like if people expect you to show up a certain way, if you decide one day that you don't want to fucking show up that way anymore, you're not. That's what I mean by discovering who you want to be, like who you want you to be versus who everyone else wants you to be. And I feel like a lot of you have been showing up in ways where how everyone else wants you to show up, and it's been doing a disservice to you. And I feel like the authenticity of you is starting to show. It's like ooze out of you. It feels like this is activating truly in Scorpio when the sun shifts into Scorpio. But it's like, you know, if you're not feeling that way, you're not feeling that way, or you're not going to fake that energy either. Like that's what it is. It's no more faking it. Like if people are unclear, you are providing clarity. And it's like, if people don't want to ask clarifying questions, then fuck it. Like truly, I don't know. I like it, but let's clarify this. But I also feel like you could be speaking up about something as well. You know that part, dun, 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 as I get closer to the stairway, that fucking Ronald Isley and R. Kelly, like that build up. It feels like something's building up. But it doesn't feel like anything you're preparing to, it just feels like it's gonna come out. I don't know, it's gonna be the perfect time, the perfect moment. Again, the divine matrix, and so shall it be is what it's giving. I don't know. Cards are fucking everywhere. Jeez. All right, so what I see the devil in reverse. That's positive. Justice is upright, positive. The Knight of Cups is upright. The Ten of Swords is in reverse. Temperance is upright. I'm not keeping any of this. Page of Wands is sideways. Ace of Cups. Hold on. All right, let's try this again. Libra, Metox in reverse. Can we clarify all of this, please? Are you nervous? What are you nervous about? Calm your nervous system. That's a part of repairing the mind, body, and spirit, okay? Balancing the nervous system. And honestly, the best way to transmute some energy is to stop fucking claiming it, okay? That's why I don't like the words depression, anxiety, broke. All right, Libra. Okay. Thank you. What is going on? I love it. I gotta sneeze. Anything else? Okay, so what the hell? We'll start at the beginning. So the first card you had was repairing the body, mind, spirit, Metox in reverse. And clarifying this is the Page of Cups. So you've been disconnected from a part of yourself. Again, disconnected from your body, your mind, your spirit, your heart. I don't know. But whatever you've been disconnected with, you're starting to reconnect with. But when it comes to you doing this detox, eating more life, shit, eating according to your blood type, whatever it is, you're gonna have, it's gonna give you a surge of power that you've been missing for so long. So for instance, let's just say, you know, you've been exercising and working out every day to get this certain level of energy, or even like, you know, fucking espresso shots, you know, to get this certain type of energy, but it's a detox that's needed for that energy to be restored, okay? And once you do that, because you have the Queen of Wands in reverse as well, so something is depleting you energetically, mentally, physically, that needs to be detoxed. And you're gonna know that you've detoxed it once you get your energy back. And then you have your ending with the Magician, and so now you're back to alignment with all four elements, and you being the fifth element to manifest and create, and so on and so forth. Okay, now moving on, you have, my face was sideways because you, for in the hand, the universe is your partner. You have the Seven of Swords. Clarifying this, so a lot of you, that's just telling me you don't trust. A lot of you feel it's like that your past is a shadow that haunts you. It's a shadow that hovers over you the more that you try to move forward and start a new beginning, you know? It's like trying to save and then you fucking get garnished, or, you know, thinking that you're stable in one area and then you realize the stability is a fucking flop. I don't know, but you're worried about the past somehow affecting the future. It feels more so connected to the future. And with the universe is your partner being here, this is saying you don't trust. So I feel like for a lot of you, and similar to Gemini, this is about, you know, repairing the spirit. When it comes to repairing the spirit, it's like anything that doesn't feed life, joy, hope, happiness into your psyche. So a lot of you need to stop watching the fucking news, okay? And you know, you want to be in the fucking know, but yet that in the fucking know is making you fucking miserable. So with that being said, like, you choose your reality. Okay, there are people that are, honey, living same day-to-day lives that don't know what the fuck is going on. They're not worried about it, you know, truly. And you could be like, what the fuck? But honey, if it's possible for them, it's possible for you. That's the point I'm making, okay? Okay. Maybe if we have a felon as a president, I don't understand. You can conquer anything. I don't understand what the fucking problem is. I really don't. Okay, that's how I choose to think of things, because I be damned. Okay, and honestly, I feel like those negative thoughts will have me fucking reincarnated, and I'll be damned. Okay, if I'm coming back to this shit, once it's time for the body to go, once the spirit leaves, it has left the building. Okay, okay. Okay, moving on. But yeah, there's distrust here, spiritual distrust that's being asked to be healed, and detoxing from the negativity that you won't be okay, because you will be. You made it this far. You made it through 2020. Okay. Okay. Moving on. You also have the Ten of Cups in reverse, clarifying this balancing act. Something you're going to have to do on your own. And when I say do it on your own, you're being asked to lead by example. So let's just say, you know, you have a partner. You're feminine energy. You have a partner that's masculine, right? When it just comes to roles. Someone's more dominant in the masculine field, someone's more dominant in the feminine field, right? And it's like where you would desire the person that's dominant in the masculine field to initiate and lead. If you continue to rely on them, it's not gonna fucking happen. Okay? So you're gonna have to do it. Now that's just as an example. But if you are a Libra placement and you're masculine, you gotta do it, okay? And for a lot of you, it feels like reconciliation with the heart. Because this balancing act is green, and you know, the scales, the heart against the feather. So it has to do with healing, connection, matters of the heart. You're being asked to initiate if you want it to be healed. And I do feel like there is, again, with possibility for union, it does feel like reconciliation is in the atmosphere. But only do it if you want to. If you have no desire to, fuck it, okay? And them respectfully, and God bless them, and move on with your damn life, all right? All right. Where are we going to next? Did that, we did this. Okay. So now we start talking about possibility for union. Now clarifying possibility for union, baby. You got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, slow down. And then you have the Tower, but I didn't clarify the Tower. And I don't think I meant to clarify the Tower. I just feel like, Lord, I just feel like you're going to, is there a fucking gnat in here? It's 9:31 and it's cold as fuck outside. How the fuck? Baby, I can't get away from the monitors. Anywho, back to this. I feel like you're going to connect. You're going to be surprised with who you connect with. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, yes, yes. You could be seeing 1111 a lot as a side note, because 47 breaks down to 11. 38 breaks down to 11. That's 1111. So, yeah, you could be seeing that. But on another note, in addition to people you connect with, you may be surprised. It's giving, you know, where you're going is going to be about who you know. That part. If you haven't been sociable, this may be the time to get sociable after you do your detox. So that, okay, nothing new needs to integrate until the detox is done. All right. Period. Now with Crown Games, right use of power, you have the Fool. So for a lot of you, your value system has been identified. Your morals have been solidified. And now with those, your personal laws, I'm not talking about the 10 Commandments, the 42 laws, or the 48 laws of power. Okay. When it comes to your personal laws, your value system, your moral code, your belief system, I feel like because you are clear and because you want to operate according to that particular value system, it's starting a new life that you don't realize that's beginning. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. With Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix, and Ace of Wands in reverse, you don't have to do much to receive. I think I mentioned that earlier. And the Fire, the Ace of Wands, is doing action, taking action in order for a certain achievement. But with it being in reverse, it's saying rest. Okay? You could be taking psychedelics at this time. Honestly, I see someone, this may be for like one person, but it's like they're doing it to connect to their ancestors. I don't know, it's like someone's dying to have a conversation. Not to say like literal dying, but this person, that feels, it's like a yearning to connect, to speak. I don't know. It's like if you watch Charmed, right? And when their mom passed and they were doing everything they could to like conjure up the spirit to have a conversation, like that's what it's giving. Be careful with that. Again, right use of power. I just feel like there are ways to connect without breaking karmic laws, and some of you are on a thin line with breaking a karmic law, okay? So to avoid that, chill. But also someone's spirit needs to rest. I'm getting that too. It's like always calling on someone and never allowing them to rest. Hold on, should I share this? Eight of Pentacles. So something that I do. I'm divinely protected. But like when it comes to my spirit team, specifically my ancestors, Like, I know they are on my head. Like, I'm no questions about it. Okay. However, I don't know, maybe it's just me, my soul, my compassion. I really don't know. I'm really not of this world. But there are times when I'm like, just go do you. Go out in the world. Go play. Okay. You know how they say Halloween is the one day that the spirits can come back, whatever the case may be. Well, I don't wait till fucking Halloween. It's just go explore the world. Okay. Explore the world, because I know when I say go explore the world, you're still gonna leave somebody here over my head to make sure I'm good. So do you, how y'all rotate, whatever the fuck, do what y'all do, but it's okay. Like, please go have fun. Like, I don't know, it's just different for me. But it's like somebody's spirit, and that's my version of giving their spirit time to rest. Okay, they can fucking choose to rest, they can choose to, I don't know. Okay, but yeah. For others of you, it's like if you're praying and asking for something consistent, rest that prayer, allow the divine to work. Like, this is all connected to spiritual trust, Libra. Okay. And maybe that could be connected to this tower moment, like something happening that bridges that gap that you have between the physical world and the spiritual realm. Okay, because there is a gap. And then over here, you have empty well, time to replenish, being clarified by the Knights of Pentacles. So when is it okay to stop? When is it okay to rest? You don't, that's foreign. When is it okay for him to rest his motherfucking feet? Okay. He's accumulated all of these pentacles, all of this knowledge, all of this wealth, wisdom, doing better than a lot of the average person, okay, in their motherfucking age group. All right, whatever the case may be. And it's not about doing better than anyone. It's just, when is it okay to rest? And it's never okay to rest because you don't trust. But yet, and that be the thing for me, because people be wanting humans, you know, that human trust so much, but spiritual trust surpasses that. As above, so below. You know, it's all connected. It's not disconnected, which is why in this Crown Games, where use of power, the fingers, the hands are interconnected. Okay, so just something for you to think about. But you need to replenish. It's like I don't know if you're scared of someone taking your spot, taking your power. Even if someone tried, they can't do it like you. And it's like the energy of not even realizing. It's like, damn, I'm talking to myself right now. But it's like not even realizing, you know, how much your absence is felt, okay? And it may not be verbally acknowledged to you, so you don't realize it, and you just feel like, well, damn, I'm not doing enough, because what the fuck? And then it's like, beloved, if only you knew. Like Kiki Wyatt said, okay? So sit the fuck down, okay? As many pentacles in this damn card is probably about how many fucking kids she got, okay? No pun intended, but do you get what the fuck I'm saying? Chill. Chill, okay? It's not always a game of trap. And take that, apply that however you want to apply that verbiage, but it's not always a game of trap, okay? A lot of y'all be trapping yourself because you don't know how to fucking chill. That shadow work. I think I went through everything. Oh, no, I didn't. We have to touch on the authentic self, and then we'll move on. And here are our 2 signs. Not bad. Eight of Wands, you're being freed mentally from something with the King of Swords. All right, so you have the Knights of Wands being clarified by the authentic self. If you're unhappy, people are going to know that. If you're happy, people are going to know that. I don't know. there's just, it feels like clarity. But it's also, you know, it's like the energy of, with the Knight of Wands being in reverse, this is like, you know, presence being felt without having to do shit. I don't know. I keep being brought back to that. And that's a reflection of power, true power. I hope that makes sense for you, to you. Anything else for Libra? I saw the Four of Cups. Whatever you're unhappy or discontent about, change it. That Chris Brown Superhuman song is coming up. All right, I'm about to move on to Aquarius. I'll see you next week, Libra, but let me get your advice first. And then we're going to move on to Aquarius. And then I'm going to bed. What's the advice for Libra? All right, so a lot of you are carrying siren energy at this time. You have the sirens. Use your voice. Expansion, freedom. Again, if people were unclear, they're about to know. And then you have gentle force. Again, slow down. Consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. It's the patience and the long game that you struggle with, not the consistency and the persistence. Specifically, the patience and the long game. Slow and steady wins the race. Release the past, forgive, soften, move forward. I'm just reading from the bottom of the deck. And then you have cleansing, release the old, energetic tune-up, new beginnings. That's a detox. And then you have plunge, don't hold back. It's time. Go for it. Dive in. I'm going to stop right here because now we have a reversal. All right. But it's time to plunge. And if you think about a plunger in the toilet, and we were talking about the push, God bless, but it's like to remove a clog, a detox. Okay. Yeah. Cleanse, let it go. And then be gentle and honest, and you'll be fine, okay? You will. I love you. See you next week, Aquarius. Okay, hold on, I got burning incense. All right, God, thank you for guiding me on Aquarius. Okay. So we on the camera right now. Aquarius. You have Eyes of the Eagle in reverse, rising above the fray. So you're stooping to people's levels at this time. Yeah, you're matching energy. Aquarius. You're nervous about something too. Aquarius. Very different. Yeah. Anything else? for Aquarius. Okay, let me, first thing, you're exhausted, okay? I can feel it in my body. I mean, I'm tired, but it's different. You're exhausted. Feels more so energetic, but it's affecting you physically as well. So, first of all, most of these are reversed. You have 3 cards upright, so the number 3 could be significant. Yeah, and literally with the 3 cards you have upright, the number 3 is in all of them. So you have jeweled web connectivity, 32, which breaks down to 5. You actually have 3, 4, 5. So let me read it that way in the 3, 4, 5 order. So to restart, 3, Horseman, Herald of Change, upright. Then 13 would be the 4, Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call, upright. And then the 5 would be Jeweled Webbed Connectivity. So let me put these together. Everything else is in reverse. So in reverse, you have Eyes of the Eagle, Rising Above the Fray. In reverse, you have the universe is your partner. In reverse, you have Movement Toward Adventure. In reverse, you have Revelation. In reverse, you have Bold Step Forward. And in reverse, you have the Divine Matrix. Oh, Lord, Crown Games, right use of power is on the bottom. Okay, it's upright though. So, so many things. Some of you are in isolation. Others of you, you are, you know, the energy of play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I really don't like the word stupid, but that's the energy I'm getting. But it's like you're matching energy on that level. I'm just getting some shit is beneath you and you've been entertaining what's beneath you. I don't know if you're doing this as something to do, entertainment, but if that is the reason, with Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call, you have an assignment that you're being asked to take care of that you are actively not taking care of. And until this is done, Horseman, Herald of Change, things are on hold. Sagittarius season starts in when? What is November? It starts in November. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So whatever you are doing or not doing at this time will be expanded in Sagittarius season, okay, specifically. With Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call being 13, as I advised Gemini, I believe, or whoever in the air elements, but the sun is about to move into Scorpio. So this is the time to initiate a change, especially because, you know, with Jupiter, everything is expanded. It will be expanded, what you have done and what you have not done. Now, for a lot of you, because you're not answering a certain call, you're not answering to a specific assignment, you could be trying to do things all at once, but I feel like, because, okay, so if you are trying to like do something all at once, whether this is start a project, release a project, I don't know, you wanting to do it all at once has you stagnated. There needs to be like, it's like one by one. It's like, you know, what if you launched a business with one fucking product, you know? Just one, you know? You don't have to have the whole fucking store, but that one is going to be the motivation and the drive to get to the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and so on and so forth. It's connected, okay? But it's like you don't, your will is being tested. You don't want to do it. It's like you want to, every time I go out, you know, I got a show out type of energy, Juicy J style, right? And it's like you trying to show up in that energy is having you not doing shit, okay? It's not creating the change. Yeah, the Herald of Change just fell in reverse on the floor. It's not initiating change. It just has you stuck. So once you get aligned with the program of answering the call, then you'll be surprised by where that journey takes you, truly, with connectivity being here. Also, I feel like whatever you're being asked to do opens new doors for you. And yes, you know, there's always a loophole, there's always an option, but this is your loophole, this is your option, but you're not taking advantage of that. I don't know what it is specifically, but you know. Now over here, you're not viewing something from a bird's eye view. And it's interesting because I'm thinking about how the feathers of eagles, they're not so common, they're more so rare, right? And so, you know, you're Aquarius, when the age of Aquarius, rarity is you in a sense. But it's like the energy of, it's like, you know, on Earth, what is that? Is that the daily, what prayer is that? What's the, forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Is that the Lord's Prayer? Hold on, there's a part of that. That's not the part. The part that I said is not what I wanted to say. Hold on. Let me look it up. Reading this is not, hold on. Where was I going? Where was I going? Spirit, bring it back to me. Shit. I forgot the point I was about to fucking make. Damn. Okay, so where I was going, it's starting to come back to me. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Sometimes you just need a moment. Okay, so with the Lord's Prayer, hold on, let me read it. Oh, my nose is itching. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. The heat just came on. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power. So I went to that. I really don't know why the prayer stuck out, honestly, based on the message I was getting. So I do feel like when it comes to earthly matters, it's not that people not fucking with you, but they not fucking with you, okay? But you know, you are very aware that spiritually they are fucking with you, and it's like, why is it not as above so below with that energy? I hope that makes sense. I was about to say, am I making sense? But I hope that makes sense. It feels like lack of support, whether past or present, has you unmotivated. I'm really trying to figure out how that prayer connects to what I'm trying to say, but I can't make the connection at the moment. But that is reflected in the universe is your partner in reverse, and movement toward adventure in reverse. It's kind of like, you know, you may be encouraged to dust yourself off and try again, Aaliyah style, but it's like you're at the point where you don't even want to see what the revelation holds, okay? You don't even want to take the bold step forward. Again, your will is at play heavy, and that will has you playing with demons versus gods, or angels rather, because we should not worship false gods, okay? But demons versus angels, okay? And instead of you rising above that energy, and it's like you're choosing to embody the energy of your higher, I'm sorry, you're choosing to embody the energy of your lower self, and you're being asked to embody the energy of your highest self. Embodying the energy of your highest self would be just these two upright: Horseman, Herald of Change, Jeweled Web, Connectivity, okay? But it's like instead you're like, no. And it's like the energy of God. God is like, you're going to tell me no so many times, Aquarius, okay? Because it's giving thy will be done, okay? So again, you're gonna say no so many times, okay? You're gonna reject the help, but so many times. Oh, my hand is itching with this in the hand. The universe is your partner, okay? Either way, baby, it has to get done. And you're gonna be mad as fuck, okay, when the dream is given to someone else to achieve because you wanted your ego and your will to get in the fucking way. It doesn't have to be complicated. Listen to the song that I posted for the air signs, okay? It really doesn't. You just need to connect and tap in and start one by one, step by step, okay? Shit, give them some anticipation. Just like these fucking shows. I don't know who the fucking idea was to release 3 episodes of some shit at one fucking time. But it's a mental thing. It's to have you wanting to come back and continue to watch it some more, so you don't finish it in all one fucking session. It's the energy of anticipation. So tap in, okay? I was about to clean this up. Let me clarify. Why are my legs crossed? All right. My hand is itching. But it's my right hand, all right? You need to take action. It's time to get to work, 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 work. Yes, 8 of Wands. It's time to take action. You've been in some mellow fucking dramatic shit. I don't know what the fuck. Get your life. I'm cussing too much. Get it together. Victory. Alright, anywho, I really don't feel like we need to clarify this. That's probably why I was about to clean it up. Should I clean it up? No, we'll clarify. Okay. What was the first card? Let's start with what's upright. Let's start there. The 3, 4, 5. Horseman, Herald of Change. For Aquarius. I'm about to reshuffle. Same damn cards. You know. Hold on. All right. Can we clarify each of these for Aquarius, please? Like it's a feather on my nose. Okay. Herald of Change. The Fool. The 9 of Wands in reverse. Jeweled Web, Connectivity. I flipped. Aw. Aw. I get it. Okay. I'm about to show you some compassion. 1 second. Maybe that's why God is definitely showing you some compassion, okay? Because you are in temper tantrum stage. Revelation. If your kids are having temper tantrums, you are too. Spiritually. It's not physically. Get it together. The Divine Matrix. Aw. I said aw a lot. Take that one. I keep hearing it's a hard knock life. I feel like a lot of, I don't know, you know, it may not have been rough per se, but something's been rough. The hell? You know, I just keep buying hair store lip gloss and it's just not working for me, okay? It's just not. I be trying new flavors and things. It still don't be fucking working, okay? My lips feeling stick to the damn Carmex. Okay, sorry about my rant, Aquarius. Anyhow, what's this? Aww. Okay. You have 2 majors. So, a lot of you, it's kind of like the energy of you always suck it up, you know? Shit falls apart, you're like, fuck it, it's a part of the game of life. But you have a lot of unanswered questions. You know, it could be, you know, what did spirit see that I didn't see? Why wasn't I able to see? It's like questions like that. A lot of questioning yourself in situations, but at the same time, just having this energy of acceptance at the same time. Okay, oh my God, my nose is itching. With the divine matrix in reverse being clarified by the 10 of cups, again, spiritually, it's like, you know, you're fucked with the long way. But this physical shit, with movement toward adventure being clarified by the 10 of swords, it's really just her and or him and the divine and no one else. And it's like, you know, you, i.e. we, tend to always get to this point. And it's like, well, what is the purpose of not necessarily the connection and not necessarily the experience, but it's like, why do I have to continuously give this love in a certain way where I'm not receiving it? Does that make sense? I hope it's making sense, because that's what I'm feeling. And then with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse with Revelation in reverse, you there's a lot you don't know. And what's also interesting is a lot of people are asking these questions about you too. So you're not the only one left unanswered. And with the divine matrix being in reverse, it's like, for now, the divine's going to leave it that way too, because that's not of importance. Now, with rising above the fray in reverse, your heart is wounded. Your heart is hurt. Your heart is upset. It's pissed and it's validated. But with this bold step forward in reverse in Tower, Tower does represent divine change, divine intervention, but with Herald of Change being here, being clarified by your energy, the Fool, Spirit wants you to be the Tower. Spirit is saying, I don't want to say it in the sense of you're the divine intervention, but you are. You are. 9 of Wands in reverse with Dream Thief refusal of the call. Your will is very resistant, and Spirit is saying release your guard. There is a theme collectively of all of you feeling unsafe, and yeah, what's happening in the world is contributing to that. But you know, it's always, people forget about the but God part, and that's the part that's my favorite. And honestly, those that truly have faith the size of a mustard seed are able to experience that more than once in this lifetime. But it's very difficult to allow the mind, the body, and the soul to tap into that faith the size of a mustard seed. It took me a long time to get here, but I got here. We are in the times of expect the unexpected. But also with Revelation, Revelation is unmarked trail. So with it being in reverse, something has already been revealed to you. You already know something. You know, this could be the book of Revelations when it comes, I don't know why I keep talking about the outside world when we're talking about you. So you struggle with focusing on you. You struggle with you struggle with putting yourself first. Which is why this 4 of Swords And this detached heart is here with jeweled web connectivity. Some of you say shit is unfair a lot. You know, I don't like the word unfair. I really don't know what that means, unfair, in this reality, but in this matrix rather. But this is more so connected to your connections with people. Like for something, I'll share something personal. With my, it is very, where I am now, it's very hard for me to go deep with connections with people that have children. Because 99.9% of the time, I have to disconnect from those children. And that hurts me more than disconnecting from that adult. It really does, okay? And not to, you know, not to downplay the adult's role, but it's just something with me and children. And when that relationship is severed, that breaks my heart the most. Because I knew we had something good and something healthy. Even talking about it, it's making me teary-eyed, but that's just me. So I keep things surface level to an extent, okay? And if you've connected with me and you got kids, then I'm speaking my truth. But it's like, even though those connections and experiences are not present, does not mean that I should be any less of who I am when I come across those connections and experiences. But I know that that pain affects how I process connections. Now I'm very aware of that. But that's also me allowing the past to affect my present and my future. It's always shadow work to do. But you have to acknowledge it first. And this is me acknowledging it real time. So for me, there are certain things I've been called to do. And I'm just like, I don't want to put my heart through that, spirit. Like, I know what I see the bigger picture. Like, I can see the bird's eye view. But it's like, if I can protect myself, I'll protect myself first. But me protecting myself and being so guarded with my own self-protection, it creates a barrier from the divine being able to intertwine. Does that make sense? So that's my truth, but just as an example, you know, whatever it may be for you. But whatever it is, it's blocking you from answering the call. Again, this could be with a person, it could be with a business, it could be with anything. Social interactions, I don't know. But Nine of Wands in reverse, release the barrier, okay? Okay. Baby, vulnerability really is a superpower. Be the little things, create the most change, truly. Closing door completion. Then we start there. I feel like we started there. Anything else? Where we saw it, it didn't come out for Aquarius. Yeah, Feast of Plenty, babe. Choices and their consequences. So it's been brought to the table, Aquarius. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do from here? You got Scorpio season to change some shit. Something could have... October 20th. Reflect back to that day. That was Monday. That was, yeah, Monday. We're going to leave that there. Do you have anything else? How long have we been here? I feel like I was short. Oh, we've been here over 20 minutes. All right, let me get your advice. Aquarius. Since we move into water, it's 10:10. Since we move into water, tomorrow we're going to do the water elements. Since Tomorrow will be in a water sign. All right, in my lap you have Atlantis. Keep the big vision, stay in alignments as you grow. So where you know you've been playing and fucking up, get it together now, okay? This was in reverse, cosmic ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. It's in reverse because your will is saying no. But once you say yes, that will be upright. Your current dreams will align with your future realities. That's that jeweled web connectivity energy, and you'll be experiencing the new beginnings. Because again, until you do that action, everything else is on hold. Everything that was in reverse. Yeah, Isle of Avalon, healing, returning to wholeness, transformation. Some of y'all can have a Toyota Avalon. But anything else for Aquarius before we close? You have beneath the surface, what's really driving you, true motives, breaking free. I shared my truth. What's yours? I'm going to pull one more and then I'm going to close. All right, and you have the wellspring. What are you thirsty for? Body care, take a breath. So what's really driving you, true motives, breaking free. What are you thirsty for? Body care, take a breath. So I feel like there's a need to... I feel like there's a need to be honest with yourself in a sense of realizing that in this current moment, current reality that you're in, most of the no's that you are giving are, the root of it is fear. So what's really driving you is fear. And once you realize the true motive of that, you're able to break free. What are you thirsty for? Nourishment. And once you care for yourself and provide yourself that nourishment and are able to breathe through that, then it's like your crown and third eye are aligned with the bigger vision, and you just stay in alignment, and then again everything connects how you want it to connect. But you choose how your reality goes, how the present is going to go, and how the future is going to go. And again, that's reflecting on the work that's being done now as we speak. Okay? Okay. Love y'all. Hi, Latrice. Hi, Mom. Happy it resonated. I love y'all. My back hurts. I've been doing this deep stretching because I went skating this weekend. Maybe I'll bust my ass several times. So my body hurts, but my back hurts right now. I'm about to stretch again before I go to bed. But I'm about to post these timestamps. I love you. Enjoy the last hours of Libra season. I will see you tomorrow, Scorpio season. And we will do the water elements tomorrow. And we will start November next week. We're starting early because I'm trying to be outside next weekend. Okay? Okay. But give me like 5 minutes to post the timestamps. I love you.